Hi everyone, this is Karla Mina, host of Market Overdrive. Just wanted to check in on you and see how you're doing. Hope you're staying safe. I'm also checking in as well to give you a quick market pulse. We want to share with you what's going on in the Humboldt Park as well as Logan Square neighborhoods. In the past, we did the show and we share with you what was going on, and we actually had a couple people that inquired and wanted to keep a pulse on what's going on in those markets. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen with you. I've already set up my screens into the multiple listing service to get you this information. So here we are in the, this is the Logan Square neighborhood. And as you can see, I'm just looking at multi-unit properties to see how they're trending. Want to look at what is a 1 month activity in this neighborhood, as I've had some people reach out to me and ask more about it. So as you can see, we have 59 properties in this market in the last month, and not in the last month specifically because it does include properties that are under contract. You're starting to see a short sale here. As you can see, the starting point for a 2-flat in this neighborhood is $250. In comparison, your Humboldt Park neighborhood, you can buy a 2-flat starting at $44,000. That's $45,000. So the entry level properties are going to cost you a little bit less. And then one thing to note as well is going to be rental income. How much rent can you yield in both these neighborhoods? And you're going to find that it's very interesting that you can always rent or pretty much rent about the same amount of money or expect about the same amount of money in these two neighborhoods, just depending on where you are. North side versus, south side or north side of Humboldt Park, it's going to differ a little bit. So you just kind of have to know your neighborhoods. But in this south side of Humboldt Park, you're looking at $44,000 for entry-level properties. And then once you get into 4329 West Camerling, you're looking at $219, 3429, 24 West Ohio. This property is listed at 240, so 243 days. Starting to see a lot of activity here. These properties are still on the market, 71 properties. Want to check and see how many of these properties have actually sold. Let's go back to the Logan Square area and then look at each one by one. So in the last month, we want to look at just what has sold. So we're going to take away pending and active and contingent, just what has sold in the last month in this area. So you can see 13 properties actually sold, and they started selling at $376, and this is what you get for $376. It was listed at $400,000, and they actually got a credit for $6,000. There was a garage, so you can always get more income. The basement was unfinished. There's always some value to basements because you're going to get more rental income. Obviously, you're missing a third unit and then a third source of income. There is no pictures to this, so just so that our example makes a little bit more sense, we're going to keep going until we see something that has pictures. For $485,000, actually $480 net, because they did give a $5,000 concession to the buyer. Property was on the market for 143 days. One cool thing to notice though is that they were listed at $499. They kind of held steady with their price, and they were able to sell it at $485. Yes, you're staying on the market a bit longer, but pricing is kind of stable on that point. So this is what you can get in this area for $480. Not bad. Looks like it was completely renovated. You still have existing forced air, so is not some of the kitchen. This kitchen wasn't updated, so maybe the owner's unit was updated. So give or take, you're going to be doing some work. Nice lot and grass that your tenants can clean for you. But anyway, sorry, that's just an example of the rental. So in this area of Logan Square, if we look at the rental, what you can charge for rent, a 3-bedroom will yield you $1,200. So that's my example where if you're buying lower but still expecting to get the same amount of rent, obviously you're going to do some rehab and some work to a property, but you can still expect $1,300 for a 3-bedroom, and it can go all the way up. It's a ton of activity here in the 3-bedroom category. I mean, you have some $1,500 rentals, and these are these beautiful brick 3 flats, 2 flats. The reason why I like brick versus siding is because siding properties seem to have more sloped floors over time. Remember, these properties are old. This was built in 1911, but these are very solid investments because they have really nice floor plans, and you're going to be looking for something that has a separate space for a dining room, living room, and kitchen. It allows for more space as we're trending differently now. A lot of people are saying, oh, I don't want to live in these condos anymore. I don't want to be in a high-rise building because I want to have outdoor space. I want to be able to have more space. And these are really cool, other than, you know, single family or a house. Going into these two flat investments, it's really good. And it looks like a lot of people are going to be demanding more space after this quarantine. So those are some cool trends to look forward to. If you're selling your single family house, just know that the condo buyers are going to be looking to expand their spaces. So anyway, this 3-bedroom actually rented for $1,600. And so you are seeing some very healthy rents in this market. Let's look at the Logan Square. And same thing, 1 month, and we want to see how much activity there is. And of course, we already saw that it started at $44,000. And if we go back to where this market starts at 376, want to compare apples to apples, like what you can get for 376 in Humboldt Park compared to Logan Square. So let's keep going here. I'm going to go back and just set it up for 376. And here we go. There's an auction here at 1734 North Sawyer. And if you're looking for a list of auction properties, please DM me. I will make sure to give you a list. We have auction properties or access to auction properties everywhere, as well as short sales. It's just trying to see some enter the market. But this is what you get, and it's listed at starting bid 165. Then let's get to the real market at 379 in Humboldt Park. You're already looking at rehab properties. Again, solid brick building, and it looks like they did they refinished the floors, refurbished the kitchen, upgraded the bathrooms. So of course you're going to yield a higher rent if your property is turnkey. And so I like to compare the two markets because obviously you're paying the same price, but you're getting more quality, or at least you're getting updated product, which means it's going to be less maintenance for you, because you're not going to have to deal with having to, you know, fix a toilet that's busted, or plumbing issues or electrical issues. Love 2 flat gray stones. These are gorgeous. And this starts at, well, I moved it, sorry, so fast, but 387, 112 days on market. So pricing is kind of staying steady, but we are seeing longer market times. Although if it's a good property, it's going to sell right away. So these are just to compare and show you what's selling in each market. FHA is still allowed. I know a lot of people are asking me if if there's problems. I have talked to some of my lenders, and they have advised me that FHA guidelines are changing every single day. So make sure you stay on top of your lender to see if you still qualify. There's still some great opportunities to be expected in this marketplace, but it's very important that you know the markets and know where it is a great opportunity to buy. Obviously, you want to buy low so you can carry a low mortgage payment, and then you can charge higher rents. And I know that a lot of people are complaining about the fact that tenants don't have to pay their rent. Well, that is a per case scenario. It doesn't have to happen to you. Obviously, there's going to be financial hardship, and of course, then you can ask for a forbearance. But we're hoping that this ends at the end of the month, and that we're back out and the market starts to stabilize, and we'll see what happens, right? No one knows. There's no crystal ball, and every neighborhood is very different. So you can't expect what's going on in Logan Square to happen in Humboldt Park or Old Irving, and of course Lakeview, Lincoln Park. So if you have any questions about any neighborhood in the city of Chicago, please DM me, and I will make sure to give you more stats on each of these individual neighborhoods. I hope you found this information helpful, and if you're on the sideline about buying, trust me, this is definitely the right time to buy. Thank you, and please stay safe.